Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Season 3 of Rocket League for Throwdown Esports. My name is Jake Hysterix, Aussie Penko. I've got Tom, Yummy Cheese Man Lord. I'm so cringe, so sorry. This is Tom, Career Lord Snedden.
Don't even introduce me.
No,
I'm Yummy Cheese Man.
That's David Yummy Cheese Man Lane at the end, if you were wondering.
Hey, Yummy, how's...
Didn't you go to RLCS?
Whoa,
hang on,
dude.
hang on. Big fan.
Wow.
Afterwards?
$10 for...
$10?
Can you sign my vest?
Yeah, it's
Dude.
free for
Yeah,
you.
no, thanks, buddy.
I want Alpha
I know-
Sydney
I know
Jakes.
this.
I want Soma's autograph. Give me Soma's autograph. That's much better than yours. We are going to be jumping into our game, our next best of 5 series. However, and after that explosive start to the day, I'm looking forward to it. So it's You See Me versus Leftovers. Now, Leftovers, I mean, Cheese Man, tell me a little bit about them.
Well, I mean, there is a Leftovers team that was there in Europe, and they're renaming
I was just
themselves
thinking,
afterwards.
Yeah, that's what I saw. When I
Yeah.
saw the lineup, I'm like, no.
Imagine if the Leftovers team came here, but no, it is in the same spirit of this.
Yeah.
They've come together just for this competition. I don't even know if they were planning on staying the entire time, but it's 3 solo superstars led by Outlast. But what I'm really excited about is seeing Steve, who was too young for RLCS, but obviously we don't have any age restriction on this tournament.
No.
So Steve is on the roster, and I really want to see how he goes.
Yeah, he played in the match, in the league play
Yeah.
once, right?
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
brought in, but they had to forfeit
But he
because
played...
he was underage.
He was like MVP of the team for that game.
Yeah.
He was insane. So it'd be great to see him getting a full amount of time playing on the roster rather than just having his time to shine kind of in the off-season.
Yeah.
Going up against You See Me, do you have a bit of a comparison there? So who are we looking at on the You See Me roster?
Well, I mean, You See Me, ex-Masterminds, kind of. They recently just formed. Today, they're bringing in 2 subs, but normally they're one of the big rising stars of the scene and one of those teams that are pushing in to the top 4. And you don't normally see that. The top 4 is usually reserved for those 4.
For the big boys.
Yeah.
They're
For the
coming
big
in.
boys.
That is Kami, who we saw on Masterminds last season. Combining it with CJ and Kia, both also rising stars of last season. But today, we're going to be seeing X-Cores and Jules, who we saw the other day.
We saw
Yeah.
the other day.
I was about to say.
Okay, I'm just going to say this as my rep, right? X-Cores looked really good. Like, he looked on point.
Yeah.
That guy can hit a ball.
You stole what I was going to say.
Yeah,
Like, as
please,
soon as
please.
like I had my mental notes coming into this, I'm like, X-Cores.
What do you think about X-Cores, Career Lord?
I think you've said everything. He's fantastic to watch.
Can he hit a ball?
Yes, he can hit a ball. He can make the touch.
Wow.
I know, right?
Where did you come from that information? But no, X-Cores, you know, it feels like this player that we haven't seen enough of, but would like to see a lot more.
I mean, he's definitely one of those players that has really high highs, but he's not yet got that consistency that you see from those experienced players. So if he's on the ball today, then it doesn't matter. He's going to be the best on the pitch. But we don't know which version of X-Cores we'll really see. So that's what you have to look at right at the start of the match.
Well, we are going to get predictions from you guys again. Considering that, you know, You See Me do have these individual superstars, but Leftovers as well have this individual talent.
Yeah.
What do you think's more important here, and who's going to take it?
Or mechanical skill up against team. I usually go for the team synergy. The passes that you'll see coming out from You See Me should come ahead, and I'll give it the 3-1.
3-1. Korea.
See, I'm going to go 3-2, but the same way. And the reason is, one, because I don't want to say the same as you, Yummy, but I have a lot of faith in Outlast. And as we've seen in the first game coming up with Gang Gang playing, they've played really well, and they played really cohesively, but they missed the first game because they just aren't tight enough yet, and the rotations aren't perfect. And if we see that again, they might lose a game because of that, and they might lose a game because Outlast might just pop off, and then they'll take the other 3 because they'll just hit the groove and just steamroll the rest of it.
Well, we'll have to have a look coming into this next best of 5 series between You See Me and Leftovers. Now, no, it is not the European Leftovers. I questioned it at the start. Just relax. It's Oceania Leftovers. So it's the leftovers. We are going to jump into the next best of 5 series, however. So we're going to say Buddy Yummy Cheese Man once again. He'll be on the side. He's not going to meme in Twitch chat, so stop spamming emotes. Seems
Feels
yummy.
yummy.
Oh, is it feels or seems yummy? Feels
Yummy.
or seems?
Yummy!
The thumbs up. We know what it is. You know, that's like a BTT, better TV emote. We are going to jump into this next best of 5. Unfortunately, however, Courier Lord will be with me. I'm just kidding, man. I'm just
This guy.
I am
this
such
guy.
a I'm such a...
I want Yummy back.
I know you do.
He does hearts and M's with me.
Well, sometime soon, you guys might be swapping. Ooh. Who knows?
I get to sit on the desk and play games.
He doesn't play games, but he sits there and he watches a best-of-5 series like you see me and the leftovers. All in good spirits of the European team. Steve, that's a great starting shot. Jules will be the response in front of goal, and we are looking for players like Steve and like X-Cause to step on up and start representing their team. That's a great example of a great setup. And Kami was there, just going to hit it off the angle, and let's see if it's as explosive as the last series.
Yeah, we did see them coming in hot. The game really starts after that first touch into the backboard, but Noisy was there, happy to deny it, as the first goal could come out again.
Noisy is still there to follow the ball through. Outlast to pop it on up, to follow it in. Outlast has a crack at goal, goes right on through, and now Jules going to use the boost, doesn't get it over top, actually gets a better touch to follow it through. It's Kami. Okay, there's X-Calls. The ball's going to bounce. He's going to take it over the top. It hits the other side of the field. But Noisy just not getting the better touches, and you see me feel like they have the aggression. X-Calls, a lot of respect for the Batmobile here.
Scary moment there. Opportune moment for our demo.
Your favorite courier, but what does it all mean, Tommy?
It means there's only a couple of seconds before they respawn back on their side of the pitch, ready and roaring to take that ball.
Outlust. I'm still calling him Outlast, so I'm not calling him Outlust. Why did he change his name? What's going on? Oh, Steve. Nicely done. Just slides it in.
That's what we're talking about. They're going to be coming in, having those nice Outlast carry moments, beating past two, setting up the Steve. Nice shot, by the way.
It's just an easy pass.
Yeah, clean.
Leftovers will pick up that first goal of game number 1, and Batmobile or not. Nice little style points. Get you those wins as well. Outlast coming through the air. We'll use boost, and Noisy now has full. Rotates on back in front of this goal. X-Calls rotates the ball around. Expected to get touched a second time. Noisy, great second touch. X-Calls is just trying to get around it right now. But Scuba Steve here will just be passing the ball out to Outlust. I'm sorry, it's going to be Outlast. I'm not doing that. Noisy with another shot. Jules just rotating the ball back. Takes it himself. Let's get an action replay.
Yeah, Spider-Manning it from right up there on the wall. Ah.
Oh, that is sexy.
Nice.
Man, even cameraman wasn't expecting that. He was like, dude, Jules is just going to have a crack. It's going to hit the backboard. Might come back, and then it might slide into DMs, but we don't know that. Kami takes it right off kickoff. 1-1. Next call's now setting up a perfect shot for Usimi, but they've already pushed on back. Not Jules, however. He's still angry. He still wants a bit of revenge. Steve right through this midfield, going to bump out X-Cause. Opens up the goal a little bit for leftovers. Scuba Steve. Here we go. Going to take the ball. Has to worry about defense. Who's in front of the goal? Backboard, follow up, Jules.
Yep, not wanting to commit there by Jules. There was an opportunity to start building the pressure. Chose to play it a little bit safe. Kind of question that one, really. I reckon that was an opportunity for them.
Yes, Steve. Now going to be the player on your screen. Watching for his touch. Misses it. It goes right on through. Could be very crucial. Jules over to X-Calls. He's in front of the goal. Just tap it in. Just tap it in. That's what they're saying. It's 1-1, and it's a messier style of gameplay. It seems like the passes are kind of just missing left, right, and center. They're just trying to recover it out. Kami in front of goal. Noisy's still here. Gets a touch. Intercepted by X-Calls. We'll just pop it on up, and you have to play this one off the roof. I'm just going to make sure he gets boost. Sets himself up for some kind of aerial, but the ball goes over the top, and again, another setup coming through. Steve. Yeah, there's not as many passes. It's just going for bigger shots.
Yeah, there is a little bit of chasing done this game. We are seeing some aggressive rotations coming out, though. One team entirely running up to one side of the pitch, colliding with the other. Not much coming of it, and then everyone running back. I want to see a little bit more coordination. We've seen a lot coming out of these teams in the past. I mean, we watched some games this week of X-Flores, Jules, and Kami. We know they can do a lot tighter things.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm hoping to see, as the day progresses, a little bit more crisp.
Outlast now. He's going to flip it on back. Touch goes back to Steve, who bounces it in front of goal. The next score's there, sitting in the square. Outlast runs on back. A minute remaining. It is just these passing players. Outlast to take it through himself. Dribbles it on after taking that momentum, pops it into the roof, tries to hop it on down. But Steve, he's still there, looking for the second touch. It hits right, a little bit too far on the wing, and he's got to take it past this ramp. But Jules, the one-on-one, will lose it to Outlast. Back over to Kami to pop it through. Hits the corner. Scuba Steve.
Yeah, clutch there. Almost a pinch, but just not quite. Good podcast. You should listen to it.
Almost, but not. I've heard it's not too bad. Now there's the shot. Hits on top, bounces in front. Unlucky by Steve. Outlast to roll on through like a Rolls Royce in 1985. Jules now has to set up the play. 10 seconds remaining. First overtime. We're about to lose the virginity right here. Noise. Ooh. Almost passes it right in front of that goal. And he's going to slow the pace down. X-Cores needs to shine. Maybe give it over to Kami.
Goal
the ball
is open.
Is going to hit the ground eventually, but what can we get from it? Jules up into the air. 1-1. Overtime not being committed to just yet, but now, as it hits the midfield, it'll finally go in.
Yeah, Jules trying to get a sneaky Soma to finish off before the extra time kicks in, but it will be the first one of the day. Hopefully something a little bit more crisp, a little bit more juicy. Spicy.
Overtime, of course, brought to you by McDonald's as well. I'm just so proud, and now I'm really hungry. Here's what we asked for.
Macca's run in
Can
lunch.
we get Macca's run each week? I would, you know what? Wouldn't mind it whatsoever. Jules now to pass it on back. This could be a dangerous passing play, but X-Core's there to provide some support. 3 members of Leftovers have committed. Now to back on through to the other side. I think that's by the doors. 30 seconds already into overtime. Quick demolition will slow the game down, but it's still, you see me. We're just getting aggressed on. Great setup. Steve's there. The light tap and missed. As we will see game number 1 taken by Leftovers.
That's what we need to see. We actually had some good 3-man pass plays, giving him time to know where to be. And it was a great angle. He tried to get that block out, but nope. Too sharp.
And X-Cores, what we were talking about it before, you know, is this the game he switched on, or is this the game that, you know, it's just a bit of inconsistent X-Cores? And so far, you know, there have been a couple of good saves. You can see on your screen there by X-Cores, but it just hasn't been the one we saw a couple of days ago. It hasn't been the one that was really switched on and finding his mechanical prowess.
Leftovers, the super sub Steve, showing his medal.
Yep.
Glad to have you here, buddy. Welcome to the team.
Showing his medal.
Yeah, he's showing his medal.
Showing his rep.
Leftovers doing what they did in Pokemon Silver and Gold, controlling the metagame. Yeah, that's a little bit of...
Thank you so much for that. That was absolutely incredible. But taking that game number 1, the Leftovers feel like they've, you know, just sort of pulled ahead. You see me, you know, like, had a nice start, but it did feel like a messy game. It felt like a messy macro game because how each player was going was fine. You know, these individual dribbles and going across the field. But it just felt like the passes weren't on point.
Yeah, I think that would be the big point I'd take away from this game. The pass plays weren't exactly there. Yep. We did see Super Sub Steve come in and do some great shots, but he didn't have the support around his team. 2 of the goals that came out were off really good pass plays that deserved goals.
Yep.
And they got the goals. So if we can see that going forward, very similar to the way we saw the first game of our first series being all about not quite having the passes connecting on goal the way you want them to, could dictate the pace of series number 2 as well.
I mean, I feel like Kami is playing a pretty decent game, but just needs the support of his team. This could be good. X-Cores to pop it on over. Hits the post on top to follow through. Jules, the start. Kami, tap it in. There you go. And 1, 2, 3, and good night.
That is a great start. That's what we wanted. Good connections, good touches. I mean, saving up your team as well. You're like, well, I don't know if he's got it. I got your back, buddy. Everyone gets a touch.
It was a good kickoff as well, and Leftovers take the pain from that one. Only 8 seconds in. Jeez, that was a little bit painful to watch when you look at how You See Me just kind of been on the back foot, and now they just take control of this second game. Jules to hit it on through, bouncing back and forth against this wall. Kami now to follow on in. Great defense from Outlast will ensure the survival of yet another goal. Jules over the top, going to dissuade the side of Leftovers, who are now looking for their aggressive play, but X-Cores has been relegated to defense here. In front of goal, will not find the second touch as Jules doesn't clear.
Yeah, I'd love to see Outlast just pop off this game. We saw some great solo plays all through League play by him. And if we could see that come out today, he can win a game on his own if he's playing top-notch. Similar with X-Corez, another player that has such mechanical skill that if they're on game, that is game.
X-Corez. Sounds like, Holmes. No, he just looked at me like a...
I still
like
enjoyed it.
wasn't right.
Still enjoyed it.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. Here we go. This is a good setup. Noise to come through to follow it in. With a quick demolition by S. Steve. Sorry, Kami destroying S. Steve. It slows that pace. Outlast. Can't get it past. Now we've got to deal with UCM's defense. Looks like it's holding out for now with leftovers unable to really breach that back line. Jules to follow through, gets the help of another member. You see me, the ball bounces in front. X calls to redirect the ball in front of goal. This is the shot. Slow it down. Jules doesn't get the first tap, but the second one, how is it? It's bouncing. It's in front of the backboard. Missed touch by leftovers. And whiffing the ball a little bit. However, you see me do not capitalize on this. And they look for their next aggressive play. And S. Steve setting up the ball, trying to get in that upper left 90. Again, they just find the clear.
Yeah, you see me putting on a lot of good pressure there, but unable to capitalize. That may be the story of the day. Getting the good clears, but not actually having the follow-up to make the big things happen.
Jules, as I look to the side of the screen, and Yummy Cheeseman does not like it when I say upper left 90. I do like it, however, so I will continue saying it. X-Cores runs to the roof, pops the ball up like it's some kind of fluffy thing that needs to go in the air. Those things that you blow, you pick them up in Australia and you blow them and, you know, they fly everywhere.
Make a wish, Hysterics.
Make a wish. That's the thing. What are they called? Weeds. All right. Calming. Redirecting the ball. There's Jules to follow in right through the center goal, but we have to play it around midfield and back into defense for Usimi, who keep getting cleared upon. The ball gets a lot of momentum there from Outlast as it pitches against X-Cores and using that boost very efficiently so far, but 2 minutes remaining. You see me still lead by that goal, and this is a very different style of game. It is more messy, more aggressive, but I think messy was the right word there.
Good shots from the midfield, but no one there to follow it up, and the defense from both teams, they're willing to throw two back into the goal to play it a little bit safe. I mean, it works well if you're one goal up, though, so can't fault one team for it.
Chipping the ball, hit the backboard. Outlast there to respond, but not to reciprocate, and there Steve has to rotate on back and deals with Jules very nicely, wins that challenge. The ball bounces back to Outlast, who has just joined the rest of his team in defense. This ball rotates around this backboard, Steve. Very risky play, but will just redirect it to this right wing. Jules, if he can get the better touch, does actually pop it on over. Does he get the second touch? No, not this time. You see me still. Quick demolition, that's going to be goring. Kami will go down for a while. There's the shot. Great touch by Steve again. Just making sure that does not slot into that corner.
Yeah, we just need to see... That's exactly what I was about to say. We need to see the shots on goal to start applying the pressure, so when they start peppering, maybe something can come over it. Because shooting off into the corner or the backboard isn't going to lead to a goal, and if they're playing a safe defense, you're not going to be able to get enough manpower in there
so we
to be able to get it into something.
Korea, we definitely don't need Pepper right now because I cannot stop sneezing off broadcast. 50 seconds remaining. One goal. It seems like will be all that you see me need, but the aggression does not stop from leftovers. The ball will rotate itself up at the wing. That's because someone's pushing it up. 30 seconds remaining. Wow, that was very close.
Open.
Kami takes the shot into the corner. Not even the corner, just the top of the goal. Jules making it 2.
Yep, nice shot there, drawing out the defense, getting him up in the air, but not enough time for him to turn back round. Jules giving it the old gentle nudge.
The old right, good night. Not even the left. 2 goals. Batmobile. Seems like it's a good luck charm in this game number 2. X-Cores has kind of switched on, but I think we need to look at Jules and Kami and their synergy that they have shown us in this second one. Now off the roof. Oh, big mistake. Steven Outlast will get the first goal, and that should have been saved.
Yep, but there is 26 seconds left on the clock. This is still anybody's game. All it takes is one sneaky one to be put away, and we're in overtime, Hysterics.
Well, you got to get that first goal. Sorry, that second goal for leftovers. They already picked up the first game, and like we said, this is not really clean Rocket League in comparison to what we just saw. Outlast trying to come in and cement that second goal. 20 seconds remaining, and whether you work in an escape room or not, right now you need to escape this situation if you're leftovers. You got to do that by playing the aggression game. Jump into the air, 5 seconds remaining, pop it in front. Jules clears it out. That could have been really crucial as we will see the ball land onto the ground, cemented by You See Me. They pick up game 2.
Ooh, I'm feeling very good about my prediction going forward. How do you think we're all going to go?
I think you're all going to burn miserably.
Ooh.
Is that dark?
That was pretty dark.
That was pretty dark. I'd take it all back. You said pepper, and I felt like sneezing, so I thought that would be the best comeback. But I just realized that I'm just a stooge. We are seeing a better You See Me, but I think that the biggest thing to focus on here, I'm moving over. No, you stay there. You don't get to move. I'm moving over.
Feels
It's all right, my
lonely
son.
over here. I want
This
Yummy
is
back.
let's be honest. This is some messy gameplay.
Yeah.
It seems like everyone's just kind of going all in. And there is a showcase of micro, but there's no showcase of teamwork. And we were talking about it before. It felt like one of the teams better teamwork. They've been
That's
cemented as a team, right? And then you see these 3 great players. Was it the side of Leftovers? Sorry.
So Leftovers led by Outlast.
Yep.
Not as much communication and teamwork but we did
But
expect
they're
that.
3 great players, right?
Yeah.
3 great players on this roster, and they have good micro. But the teamwork is just, again, it is sloppy from both sides. And although we should expect more from Leftovers because of how good they are, it just feels a little bit messy.
Yeah, You See Me. I want to see Corez and his team come together and get the pass plays that we saw when we were doing practice games all through the week. We were kind of checking in on the players, seeing how they're all doing. And we know the potential these boys have, and I really want them to showcase it.
These guys have definitely had practice with this new roster. Maybe now we'll see it. Jules pops the ball in for a second touch. It's going to be his mechanical play. Jules now setting it up. Kami looking for an opportunity. Pops the ball up on top of him. Second touch to come through. Will bounce off the wall and go around this center field. Back over to Jules. The ball centered through. Outlast. Nip it on in the bud. That's all he had to do. But crikey, that was close.
Yeah, slow down the pace of the team. Did allow the You See Me guys to catch back up. And that final defense before the touch on the backboard is going to release all that pressure.
Steve Irwin on the side of Leftovers. Now opens the ball up. Trying to come through. Lock it in. And Kami, first goal of game 3.
That is the 1-2.
Skip a few.
99.
And then look. Boom. This is 100 right there underneath Noise.
Yep. Past all 3 guys on defense. That is some good teamwork. That's what we're talking about. The You See Me guys working as a cohesive unit, which leads to the easy goals.
And I guess that's the difference, just as Cheeseman said, the team is always going, or most often going to be better unless you have 3 gods going up against 3 demigods. Teamwork seems to be very crucial for You See Me now. And their defense pretty solid. Jules will save that ball from pinching into the side of the goal. And Steve has had a really good run. Jules the setup. Nicely done.
Clean.
Now you
Clean.
see me. Now you don't.
Oh, man, you must have been sitting on that for a while. Great teamwork there. That's what we've been talking about. Game number 3 of this series, just like game number 3 of the last. The team that has been together for so long have showcased that good communication, good teamwork leads to pass plays. Pass plays lead to goals.
That was just beautiful setup. And I even threw my water bottle. That's how excited I was. It's 2 goals early from You See Me. Better momentum, better teamwork. And in Rocket League, more than any game out there, warming up is so crucial. Like, this is the one game where I think warming up is an essence. The next course tries to dribble the ball himself. No, that's not a great pass. It sets it right in front of goal. You See Me can't take advantage of it because, fortunately, the Leftovers do rotate back. But how long can they keep up this defense for when 2 goals already there? Great save by Kami. We'll get back in the nick of time. Now up to X-Cores, who, Batman, is feeling pretty confident with himself and is having a better game 3. Just like game number 2.
See, that moment right there, I think, showcased just the difference between the amount of communication between the teams. We did see the setup, but there was no one for the follow-up, allowing You See Me to come in, get the ball out from that scary little bit in front of their goal.
Oh, Noise, that was nice. Off of the roof. Hey, action replay, baby. Hit us up again.
Commentator Curse coming in, showing me how I'm wrong. Great shot by Noisy with the pass play coming through from the Leftovers. Put it in the bottom right 19.
And Kami just comes right on through. The ball swings past him, right on behind, and Kami a little bit too fast for his own good will mean Leftovers pick up the return goal and start equalizing that momentum. Forced into defense, Leftovers look like they've got something to say. But I mean, are they the best team? Oh, nope, they're not in this case. Jules over the top. That looked too easy.
Yep, overcommitting does mean if you don't have the pressure built and have the possession, you get punished.
Oh, I love it when you punish me. Okay, no, we're not going to talk about that. I feel like
Keep
I feel like the rails are there, and I broke the rails a long time ago, and there's a trailer there, and I burnt the trailer down, and I went further and further until I fell down the mountain, and then I realized that there's nothing below the mountain, so I just keep falling.
Do you dream about falling hysterics?
No, I don't. I just don't know what's wrong with me. What's wrong with it? 3-1. You see me. This could be the last game I ever commentate, ladies and gentlemen. Could be the very last game.
I heard Yummy wanted to start doing play-by-play.
Well, I mean, he's actually a pretty good play-by-play, so I feel like I'm now made redundant, but not because of the position, just because of me. Steve, got to dribble the ball himself. It's going to be a quick demolition in front of the goal cause. Yes, great play. Leftover starting to switch on. Second goal.
Yep, good play there. We're going to see that dribble beating out pretty much everybody. He's giving the setup for his teammate, having drawn everyone out. Noise getting the great follow-up. One-man armied up that entire pitch.
When you score a goal, why is there like a snake thing that comes out of the goal?
Last patch that came out, they've added new animations for goal scoring. I want a picture of Yummy to come up and give a thumbs up whenever I get a goal.
You know what? That would be ideal. I mean, especially this goal is just going to be open as the ball flies on through. Kami now getting the setup there. 1, 2, 3. Is the good night going to follow through? Well, Jules, he's got something to say about it, but is it really bedtime is the question. X calls off the backboard. He was there for the setup, but not there for the final touch to lock in that shot. Ball's nice touch. Kami follows through. It's going to get directed into the goal. Is he taking it himself? Kami almost making a bit of a power play. There's about 1:20 remaining, and leftovers, although
just sitting there. Though. What's he doing?
I don't
Besides
know.
getting demoed. Maybe a DC.
He's just waiting. No DC. He's just sitting there. He's contemplating what is going on. And Noise has to now be pushed back into defense. 1 minute remaining. Kami probably going to be the next one who finds this touch. Leaves the ball. Who does it go to? No, Jules says, haha, it's mine. Get out of it. Wow, this second touch. No, it's going to be Kami to slot it on in. We were watching him for a while, and he finally steps up.
Yep, control of the entire ball for the last 30 seconds. You see me, knows what's going on, knows what to do, can't defend the 2.
No, well, and now that it is 4-2, I mean, I think we're seeing real eye-to-eye with You See Me, because they're... I looked at Korea, I don't think he got that straight away. You See Me have just switched on in this game, and it has been more passing play, it's been more concise and controlled. And we can see that, look, if you see the goals there, yes, thank you very much. Is that a hit back? That's an interesting hit back. I believe Kami will just try and fly this one through. Sorry, it is Noise on the other side. Now does the ball find its mark? No, Jules gets it the heck out of there. 30 seconds remaining. Jules, yep, he's going to find this nicely. And 5 goals. I mean that You See Me might just have game 3.
Yeah, I think that could be an easy game. I did call it. Leftovers have unfortunately had a DC. It is very, very hard to play the 2v3, but we did see in League play our longest ever overtime at Throwdown in a 3v2.
Did we?
It went for like 5 minutes. It was pretty much a full game in overtime.
Oh, I didn't even realize.
You're just too excited at the time.
Yeah, I was like, why is there DC? Need a pause function in Rocket League. I feel like that's the next thing that might be implemented. In the competitive environment, pause games would be nice.
And I want a little picture of a dog to come up and kind of put its paws over and make me feel happy.
Why? Has nothing to do with Rocket League.
Wow.
That's worse than me talking about the punish thing.
You do visual jokes while we're casting.
Do
I get in trouble for cracking doggo jokes.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Correct. You know who makes the jokes here, and it's me. And yes, we are going to have a DC, unfortunately, so I think we're going to just sort of breathe through this one. And leftovers will unfortunately lose that game as the DC came through in the last minute. But I feel like You See Me already had the game by the time that DC was in.
Oh, they were in a very comfortable position.
They definitely were. I mean, leftovers could have brought it back. You could argue that with those 2 goals, they still had that swing possibility. But we are going to, I think, wait this one out until leftovers get their 3rd and final member back in, and then we'll be moving into game number 4. So You See Me pick up game 3. Yep. They now got 2 wins under the belt, and all they need is 1 more, and they will advance further in.
Yep, so it is going forward as planned for both me and Yummy. We are really hoping to see our next player come back into the game.
Yep.
We do see him. He's there.
Is he there?
He's spectating. And our good
Don't
buddy
worry, he's
Nolsky.
coming.
Everybody in chat,
Wait.
say some nice stuff to Nolsky. Does great work. Good
All right.
guy. OCE.
Grab Sam. He's sworn in chat just to confirm. Outlast, that's not very nice.
No, he's sworn in, chat, as in like it's a position that he's got. He's been sworn in.
So he's been sworn in.
Yeah, he's been sworn in.
Don't look over there. He doesn't exist right now. Your attention is to me.
But yummy.
No,
oh God,
no.
my arm!
It's all right.
Oh,
well, I think
God.
we've already fallen off the rails. It's been 2 series, and we are in really good form. Of course, we're live in Showdown Studios in the heart of Sydney, and we're brought to you by our new sponsor, our brand new sponsor for Season 3, which is McDonald's.
Woo!
Very proud to be here. We're pretty hyped.
I want some nuts.
I'm so hungry now. Like, you know what? And if you guys are watching from NA or EU over here, when you come to Australia in specific, or Oceania as a whole, it's Macca's, by the way.
Yeah, Macca's.
It's Macca's, but McDonald's, we're going to call it as we are civilized, but Macca's.
A cheeky Macca's run.
There are some McDonald's in Sydney that actually just have Macca's.
Really?
I'm pretty sure, if you look over Sydney, there are some McDonald's that just have Macca's. Seriously.
I didn't know. We should do... Okay, here's the thing, right? Chat.
Yep.
I want you guys to, like,
We don't
nug
even talk to
life.
chat.
I want nug life in chat.
Nug life.
Just so the moderators can tell admin here to
I'm a
go...
moderator.
Well, you can't really moderate right now.
Oh,
Go get your phone.
No.
I want you guys to be nug life.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and then get admin to go get us some nuggets. I'm feeling like nugs.
But isn't the admin in like a different state?
There's a lot of admin. Nolski's a great admin,
Yeah,
but he
but
won't get
he's
it
not
for
in
us.
Sydney, is he? He's not in Sydney.
There's other admin.
I saw him with a suitcase last event. He came off a plane. He's not here. We're about to jump into game number 4, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get right back on topic before I do one of my standard, like...
You heard it here first. Nolski owns a plane. If you guys
Does he?
yeah.
Is that what I said?
Yeah, Nolski owns a plane. How do you think
I
Yummy
didn't
got to
say that.
RLCS?
I didn't say that.
Yeah, he flew in.
Yeah, well,
On
yeah,
Nolski's
it is
plane.
private jumbo jet. Don't know when I'll be back again, but you see me feeling pretty comfortable on 2 and 1. Let's see if they can keep that momentum up with their team synergy that we've come to really know in that last game.
Yep, Outlast is back, spamming that no problem, just to make sure we know there's no problem.
Well, no such thing as jinx. Wrong game. All right, Kami, great shot and goal. Ho-ho! Just when you don't expect it. When you expect it's going to go somewhere else, Kami comes out and says, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am.
In that top perpendicular pocket, as we're now calling it here.
Ah, okay. So
No more 90,
upper 90.
perpendicular pockets.
It was in the upper 90. First goal going to come through from Usimi, and Kami looks like he is doing a lot for this roster. Oh, man, just as I talk him up, the ball's going to be centered through. Good shot. Kami sets up X-Cores for some sexy plays.
That is what we're talking about. Those are the big plays we saw when we were watching through all the teams that were qualifying, going into qualifiers. Big pass plays, and they're fast. That's the other part of it. Hard to defend, fast pass plays. Very similar to Corvidae.
I like how you bring up fast power plays. Well, I'm going to call them power plays, but these fast plays you talk about, that was like what I saw from X-Cores during the week. It was so fast, and he was getting great first touches. And it feels like now he's kind of, I guess you could say, warmed up, although we do repeat it like a broken record, but the guy has been getting a lot better shots. Here's a good example. The setup to come through for Jules. Kami playing it back. He's going to use the boost, get demoed midair, but at least he got the touch. Jules now to rotate back, and X-Cores will do the same, as Outlast will finally push it on down, and you see me in their defensive half right now.
Yep, we are going to see lots of really good control, not even allowing the leftovers to get a touch on the ball, just dancing around them at this stage, really showing them. There we go. They're controlling the pitch. I would love to see the possession count right now. That's something I want to see. Just how much. Look, bouncing over every single player, opened up the field as well, dominated.
I feel like there's a difference in gameplay when it was Jules and it was Kami playing great Rocket League, and then it was like X-Cores was kind of, like he didn't have too much involvement, but he switches on, and now as a 3-man unit, you see me look so much better in what could potentially be this last game, what looks like it could be this last game.
Yeah, if they keep playing like this, going on into league play, they're going to be doing some big upsets. And we do know, like, players like Kami have played on professional teams, so they will be going in without any of those land jitters that you'd normally expect new teams going forward into land.
Leftovers still getting the micro plays, but it doesn't seem to be enough right now. Kami's going to send it back over to X-Core. He bounces it in front of goal. Jules is there for the light touch. It's a little bit mediocre, but we'll talk about that later. X-Cores now has to respond to the ball. He's going to pass it on over. Outlast tries to reciprocate, but Kami's here. The ball bounces on down, and you see me just not letting it get out of this half. And even when it does, the second touch never comes through from leftovers.
Oh, they're just getting beaten around. This is Bump City. Never allowed to get a good touch. Full control to You See Me. They're like sharks playing with their food at this point.
And You See Me, look at this. Like, the ball finally going to get over to their defensive half, but can they secure anything? Leftovers just kind of letting the ball through, bumped out of the way, and Outlast has to pass it back. Now Steve sending it on down. Not really the biggest crocodile hunter we've seen. There we go. SD puts them on the board at 2 minutes 30.
They are definitely going to need to see the plays keep coming out. Outlast getting the two-man setup with his good friend, Super Sub Steve. Good plays, though. Winning the 1v1s, getting those out plays, does showcase what we were talking about with the leftovers. They have strong solo mechanics, but not always having the team play stuff. But when they pull it together nicely, it's ribbon and bowed.
Kami flying on through. Outlast will finally regain control of the ball, tries to dribble it on in and flick his way over the top. Great shots coming out of leftovers. Looks like they're finally online. There's an intercept by Steve and he'll bounce it in that goal square, but can he get it closer in the box? Doesn't look like it. With You See Me hitting the ball on over to Noise. Ball bounces, pops and crackles and snaps. Bounces off the backboard in front of goal. The momentum's so far in it. And You See Me continuing this aggression. Leftovers finally get a breath of fresh air, or what looks like a breath. Leftovers still going to play defensively here as You See Me are just not giving up.
Yeah, they're going for those big clears, but it doesn't really matter. You See Me leaving one player back, ready to intercept that clear, get the aggression, start it back up again, then rotating a sneaky cheat forward as well.
Feels like they're one step ahead of these players as well. Great positioning from You See Me. 3-1. Still stands. A minute 30 remaining. Outlast going to hit himself off the backboard. Tries for something aerial, but it is just trivial at this point. With leftovers struggling to get themselves further on this board. It was a great touch from Steve, who's trying to clear this goal and get it on in there. Kami's in front of the goal. They're playing very defensively. There's the shot. Jules, great touch. Misinterprets leftovers. And it will get some time on this board. There's a quick demolition by X-Cores with 1 minute remaining. Is there a power play in leftovers? Or are they going to continue to remain in the fridge?
That was a nice play there. Getting those demos can halt the aggression, but the demo back does mean that they can put it back on the 2v2, making the offense that they've got really hard to break out of.
Outlast now could be the last hope for leftovers to keep themselves in this series. It's a great shot. They're going to bounce it in front of goal. Oh, a little bit too high. Noise there to reciprocate. Get in front of the goal. It bounces on through Jules. Oh, Jules. Oh, dearie me.
Unlike tennis, ladies and gentlemen, the whole ball has to be over the line. Sometimes the whole ball gets pushed over the line.
Oh, I feel like we could have just waited for that ball to bounce down. Could have hit on top of the hood and get on out of there.
Yeah, cheeky little pop-up would have been lovely.
But You See Me playing with fire a little bit. Now Kami pops it on top. You're just talking about those flicks, and Kami does exactly that to set it on over to Jules. Second touch. Nice center ball. Noise under pressure. And Kami, as we talk about Vanilla Ice, we'll be keeping it nice and cool right now. Kami over to this right-hand side, 10 seconds remaining. Get this next goal. This will just secure it down, but leftovers have one shot, one opportunity. Their knees are weak, arms are heavy, and you know what? I'm feeling like McDonald's spaghetti right now. Kami will get the last goal, and You See Me have just secured it with a series win 3-1.
Like McDonald's already.
All right. Move on, Korea. Stop. We're gonna. I regret I even mentioned food.
I thought we were going to stop, collaborate, and listen.
Oh, my lord. My Korea lord. You See Me taking 3 games, and Kami has just been on point. 9 centered balls that game. Setting up so many goals, but scoring so many himself. Kami had 3 goals, 1 assist. Had 4 shots at goals, and the fact that he got 3 out of 4 of those is very, very impressive. X-Cores did switch on, but it was really like, it was Jules, it was Kami, and You See Me finally in the end look like they were a team.
Yeah, and you really saw Kami step it up as the core member of You See Me.
Absolutely.
Coming through. He got 7 goals that entire series, but most importantly, the difference between Kami and every single player on that pitch was he was slamming those balls right into the perfect angles every single time. We didn't see that consistency from anyone else.
That's the big thing we talked about, Hysterics. It's all good to have the sharp, short pass plays, but if you don't have the speed, people can get in to get those intercepts, and he was slamming them.
Was it, I did repeat this a lot, was it messy or was it just the fact that people kind of switch on? Because it felt like everyone was just going for the ball and positioning at one point was thrown out the window in games 1 and 2.
I mean, given that you're about to be fired, it's your last cast. I do have to leave your legacy on. And we'll talk about macro and micro, a brand new thing to Rocket League. I think there is actually a lot of merit to talking about that. These teams did have that micro, that ability to play in the moment as individuals.
Absolutely.
But the difference between these brand new teams that are coming through, as you saw here, you see me having 2 subs, so not having the time to really synergize. They're not hitting that macro level that you see from that top level team, those passes, and that opens up the pitch just so much more.
Not even from GG earlier. I mean, like, gotta stop. It's those guys, right? Like, I feel like their macro was better than what we saw from UC. But like you said, 2 subs, not the full roster, and I'd be curious to see how they could perform if they get through and if they can manage to pull forward their full roster. I mean, it still looked like in the end they came online and X-Cores did prove himself by the end. But like you said, it was the Kami show.
I mean, they're really just trying to pull through so they can get their core roster into league play.
True.
I think.
Yeah, I think Super Sub Steve did an amazing job for the leftovers, though. Every single game we saw him come forward, reach above. He just didn't have the communication with the rest of his team. He was very much leading from the front, and they were very much lagging behind in what they were contributing to him. And I think that was a large factor of why the leftovers couldn't make something of it. If your opponents are trying to go for those tight rotations and pass plays, but aren't entirely crisps and there is gaps, if you're playing aggressively enough and you have the one-man armies that can just go through and punch through those holes, you can score. But if there's only one player and the other 2 are off with the pixies, not going to happen.
Well, I mean, just like when you have McDonald's, right? There's no leftovers.
We're really like I mean, like
really hungry.
It's nice when you work for a brand like that you really like. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to have a 5-minute break, however, but we have another best of 5 series coming for you. In fact, we're with you till about 6:30 tonight, so don't go anywhere. You've got plenty of your Oceanic Rocket League fill coming up after this.